Hey y'all, we're Sam and Tyler, also known as Travel with the One You Love. Tyler is an Eagle Scout, and I am a professional photographer, so when we're not working our 9 to 5s, you'll actually find us camping or hiking. We really look forward to sharing some food and trail reviews with y'all, and this week we're in Palo Duro.
Sam and I are here in Palo Duro State Park in Texas this weekend, car camping. We're excited to try out our brand new North Face Wawona 6 tent. That was difficult. If you are not a tent setting up expert, you will be after setting up the North Face Wawona 6. At least some directions would have been nice. As you can tell, we're exhausted. We're going to go on an evening hike now to relax a little bit. We'll do some further tent reviews and maybe a teardown later this weekend. As you can see, the cave at Palo Duro is a very cool hike, just a short distance from the car. As you can see, our truck is parked right there. So if you have a little bit of time left at Palo Duro and want to get in one last cool activity, make sure and visit the big cave. Alright, we wanted to give a little campsite tour of what you can expect at Palo Duro Canyon State Park in Texas. There's our chair and our view of the mountainside, and our brand new North Face Wawona 6 tent. As you can see, this tent is absolutely massive. If you come around here, you can see the size of the vestibule. You easily fit 2 full-size lawn chairs in here. And if you want to get out of the sun, you can hang out right here. And there's Sam. Good to see you. A very large tent. We're very excited to try out. Alright, even though we are car camping, Sam and I absolutely love to try out the desserts of all the different backpacking meals. So this one here is dark chocolate cheesecake mix. Alright, so 10 excruciating minutes later, we will crack this open and give it a try. It's very good and one of the better backpacking desserts I've had. Alright, good morning. After staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning doing some astrophotography, we decided to sleep in and therefore have a big breakfast. So we've got 2 meals here, one from Mountain House, chicken and dumplings, and the other from Peak Refuel, strawberry granola.
So we just actually poured the pocket pour over for Kuju Coffee, and we have to say after initial taste, it's really good, it's really strong, and it's really easy to use. They come in these little packets where you can fold them over the coffee cup, and then you just go ahead and pour the hot water from your jet pour or whatever you're using to go ahead and heat up your water. And our overall review is good. We will definitely be buying this again because it's about $1 per cup of coffee, which we feel like is very reasonable. So we're currently on the Rock Garden Trail, and as you can tell, there's some really large boulders, which is probably what makes this trail the most famous area besides the lighthouse here at Palo Duro. What was really cool about the history of it is it was actually caused by an ancient landslide, and so all these boulders came down from the side of a mountain and therefore created this entire really unique landscape where you have a lot of boulders that you're weaving in and out of for the trail. We'll go ahead and show a few clips of us walking through it, and we're excited to show you some other trails too.
I've hiked a ton of trails in my time as an Eagle Scout, and this terrain is something like I've never seen before. To have this many boulders that were apparently part of an ancient landslide, I certainly feel like I'm not in Texas with all the elevation change. This seems more something like you would see in Utah. This is a really cool hidden gem here at Palo Duro. So coming off the trail here, you can see the road is right here. Palo Duro is very much a state park where you use your car to get around all the different destinations. So make sure, coming off the trail, look both ways, as this park is much busier than Caprock Canyon. So we're on the Sunflower Trail here. One of the cool sights you can see is this rock wall and the river on the far side, and you get to walk right in between them. This trail connects with the Rojo Grande Trail, and what we liked about this is you could actually park in the middle and do each trail and come back to your car. So it's really convenient in the middle of the park, and it's a nice escape from the heat in the middle of the day and all this shade.
So we're here on the Sunflower Trail, and this is the river that actually was one of the contributing factors to forming this canyon, and it is one of the longest names that Tyler and I have ever heard of. We think it starts with Prairie Dog and then ends with Red River, but it's pretty cool to see the river and the way that it wraps itself around all the trails and through the canyon.
After a long day of hiking, there is nothing better than Bluebell ice cream. You can get it here in the Palo Duro Trading Post. So we're coming up the Lighthouse Trail. We're maybe half a mile in, and we came across this brand new shelter that looks like it was just built, actually July 26, 2020. And notice that it was actually an Eagle Scout project for Jack Emmons. And I always really enjoyed coming through these as Sam and I travel around. As being an Eagle Scout myself, it's really cool to see other people completing projects, especially important ones like this that help people coming in and out of a trail. So this is really cool to see, and hopefully we'll see more of them on our travels. So the trail map says the trail to Lighthouse Canyon is 2.8 miles. Well, we got to 2.7 and found that it was at the base of a giant hill. After coming straight up, we were finally here, and you can see the Lighthouse Rock. We're excited to take some more pictures up here.
So 2.7 of the 2.8 of the Lighthouse Trail is flat, and by flat I mean absolutely flat. And then you get to the last 1/10 of the mile and it's like this. So just be prepared that it's going to be very steep on your way up and on your way down. So we've just reached the top of Lighthouse Trail, and as you can tell, there's the world famous Kuju. We're here during golden hour, and we're really lucky that we have the whole place to ourselves because these views are incredible. You have the view of the canyon, and then you also have the view of the Kuju and all of the other rock formations. We definitely would advise having some shoes that have a firm grip on them just because it's pretty difficult to get up here at the top, even though most of the trail is relatively flat compared to other hikes that we've done.
So you probably can't see on the camera from all the way over here, but if you look on the very far back ridge, you'll see the visitor center where you drive down into Palo Duro Canyon. And from there, they have a viewing point where you can see Lighthouse Point here behind me. From there, it didn't look too significant, but once we got here, we see that this thing is absolutely massive and totally worth the long trek up here.
So overall, our experience so far at Palo Duro has been really, really great. We totally understand why Palo Duro is definitely one of the most popular state parks here in Texas. I mean, just look at the views that we have behind us right now. That being said, we could definitely see ourselves probably going to a few other state parks before we come back. But if you're in the Panhandle, I think we both can agree.
Definitely worth stopping for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the stop. These views are just really great, and there's a lot of simple hikes as well as more complex ones, just like the one behind us.
So earlier in the video we mentioned that it was a little difficult to set up the tent, but to get it down, I think it can be quite a bit faster, don't you?
That was easy.
American Ninja Warrior! Hello, little guy. Are you today? A lot of legs.